At Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, the night covers the runway. Two pilots step into the B-2 Spirit, the stealth machine worth $2.1 billion USD, designed to penetrate every air defense system on Earth. They prepare for a mission lasting more than 30 hours, with no landing, no rest, and no mistakes. The B-2 Spirit, manufactured by Northrop Grumman, has a wingspan of 52.4 meters, a length of 21 meters, and a height of 5.18 meters. Its empty weight is 71,700 kilograms, and its maximum takeoff weight is 152,200 kilograms. Equipped with 4 GE F-118 GE-100 engines, each engine generates 17,300 pounds force of thrust, allowing flight at subsonic speed and a service ceiling of 50,000 feet. With radar stealth capability and mid-air refueling, the B-2 can strike targets anywhere on the planet and return safely to base. The cockpit of the B-2 is no larger than a small truck. Behind the two seats are a mini microwave, a cooler, and a chemical toilet. There is no bed, no sleeping area, and no escape. This is a sealed world where the pilots must live, eat, and fight in the same confined space for more than a day and a half. There is no comfort, only pressure, noise, and discipline. Inside the cockpit, there are only two pilots, pilot and mission commander. There is no backup. One controls the other, supervises. Every action is cross-checked. No mistake is allowed, not even a single number. They are the strongest two-person team of the United States Air Force, independently operating an entire combat system worth billions of dollars. Behind them is a whole network of flight surgeons and aerospace physiologists, experts, who monitor the pilot's heart rate, hydration level, and neural responses. In the sky, the KC-135 Stratotanker, KC-10 Extender, and KC-46A Pegasus play a vital role. The KC-135 carries more than 90,000 pounds of fuel, with a service ceiling of 50,000 feet, serving as the backbone tanker of the United States Air Force. The KC-10 Extender has a fuel capacity of 356,000 pounds, 160,000 kilograms, supporting both the boom and hose and drogue system. The KC-46A Pegasus, the newest generation, carries 96,000 kilograms of fuel, capable of both refueling and logistic transport. Without these tankers, the B-2 could not survive more than 12 hours. They are the lifeline connecting the heart of Missouri to every hotspot across the world. The body of the B-2 is coated with radar-absorbent material, ram-coating every curve calculated to scatter radar rays. The AN/APQ-181 radar system scans in multiple modes, while GPS, combined with inertial navigation, keeps deviation under 3 meters. After thousands of kilometers, there are no external windows, no exposed antennas. Everything is concealed, everything is controlled by data sensors and discipline. The pilot does not simply fly the B-2, they become one with it. After a few hours of flight, the biological clock begins to turn against the pilot. The dry air burns the eyes, the back aches from not being able to stand. Constant pressure slows blood circulation. They fly in silence through the stratosphere, where the sky is darker than ink, and the body begins to break apart with every breath. Each meal is prepared in advance: turkey sandwich, instant oatmeal protein, bar sunflower seeds, and pure water. No fried food, no spicy food, no soft drinks. The menu follows a low-residue diet, reducing waste and limiting the use of the toilet inside a cabin smaller than 1 square meter. Food portions are pre-divided by phase: hour 1 to 5, 6 to 12, 13 to 20. Each portion provides just enough energy to maintain alertness, nothing more. No caffeine early. Only during hour 21 to 28, the peak of exhaustion, are they allowed a small amount of coffee or caffeine tablets under medical supervision. If sleep deprivation exceeds the limit, modafinil, a military-prescribed alertness drug, is used under supervision not to replace sleep, but to preserve critical awareness. During safe intervals, they take short 15 to 20-minute naps, reclining the seat slightly, safety belts fastened. One sleeps, the other stays awake. Both never rest at the same time. Every action is programmed. Drink 200 milliliters of water per hour, eat in small portions, check cabin pressure. Every 15 minutes, rotate wrists, stretch legs in cycles. No emotion, no hesitation. When flying for 30 hours, a 1-minute error can mean disaster. Inside the B-2, discipline is not a slogan. It is the only barrier between life and failure. Every mission of the B-2 Spirit begins many hours before the engines start. The two pilots, together with the flight surgeon, review in detail the food portions, water intake, rest rhythm, and caffeine levels for each phase. Meals are labeled clearly: hour 1 to 5, 6 to 12, 13 to 20, up to 34 to 37. Each bag contains a turkey sandwich, a protein bar, and a bottle of water with precise volume. The wrong order means a wrong procedure. With the B-2, every calorie has a strategy. When the 4 GE F-118 GE-100 engines push the aircraft upward, the entire stealth system activates. The two pilots focus completely navigating, checking the AN/APQ-181 radar, and communicating with the KC-135 Stratotanker for the first refueling. The food at this stage is only half of a sandwich, just enough to stay alert. No caffeine, no rest. They fly by discipline and absolute precision. In the stratosphere, the KC-10 extender, or the KC-46A Pegasus, approaches. The two pilots lock position only a few meters apart. The refueling boom lowers, transferring tens of thousands of pounds of fuel into the tank. A single misalignment could collapse the entire mission. After disconnecting from the tanker, they heat instant oatmeal in the microwave, eating spoonfuls slowly. Every action is timed to the second. Fatigue spreads gradually. The back tightens, the eyes dry, reflexes slow. They take turns resting for 15 minutes, reclining the seat slightly, safety belt still fastened. There is no real sleep, only a short shutdown of the brain to survive. Radar and navigation systems continue silently. Each action is confirmed with a short phrase, verified. Repetition is the way to keep the mind from collapsing. Below them lies only the ocean, no light, no time markers. The pilots begin using caffeine or modafinil under medical instruction. Low dosage, precise timing, never self-administered. They check pressure, radar, and engine temperature every 10 minutes. The repeated lines, pressure nominal, radar stable, engine green, keep the mind awake. This is the survival tactic, fighting through controlled repetition. No eating, no drinking, no rest. All energy is directed to control. The B-2 Spirit reduces electronic emissions to the lowest level, maintaining absolute stealth. Every operation is done manually in silence. One small mistake could lose a mission worth billions of USD. They fly like ghosts, wordless, ending with only a single nod of acknowledgement. The KC-46A Pegasus waits for the final refueling. The bodies are trained, but the procedure remains unchanged. They adjust course back to Whiteman Air Force Base. After 37 hours, the landing gear touches the runway, the engines shut down, and the mission ends. There is no celebration. They are exhausted but precise to the very last minute. Real air rushes in. The two pilots step down, eyes red skin, pale heartbeat, irregular. They have just flown for more than 37 hours, through 6 aerial refuelings covering nearly 20,000 kilometers. The bodies are dehydrated, muscles stiff, but the spirit remains disciplined. The flight surgeon team waits, measuring heart rate, blood pressure, and evaluating reflexes. The pilots take several days to fully recover. No one speaks much. In the post-mission report, there is only data, pressure, fuel, neural response, no emotion. Every minute of flight is recorded. Every action is reviewed like a black box tape. No search for personal fault, only for system deviation. Inside the B-2, there is no room for heroes, only for procedure and precision. No bombs, no missiles, yet it is still a fierce battle. Inside that silent cockpit, the human must overcome time, exhaustion, and solitude. There is no enemy outside, only the limits within oneself. The B-2 Spirit, together with the KC-135, KC-10, and KC-46A, represents the peak of strategic coordination. But technology does not operate by itself. It needs humans, disciplined, alert, and absolutely precise. True strength does not lie in the machine, but in the human will to control it. When the landing gear touches the ground, there are no fireworks, no spectators. Only two pilots silent, completing the mission. They did not fight an enemy. They conquered time and their own exhaustion. In the world of the B-2, silence itself is the echo of power.